Welcome to Beyond the Known. Hey there, history buffs. Ever wondered where humanity got all its coolest ideas? Like who woke up one day and thought, hey, let's build a giant triangle, or I need to write this down. Well, today, we're hopping into our time machine to uncover the origins of civilization. We're ranking the top 10 countries that didn't just witness history, they totally rocked it. Spoiler alert, get ready for ancient geniuses, world-changing inventions, and some wild stories that'll make you glad you weren't around back then. Looking at you, plumbing-free Roman Empire? Yikes! We're talking about the places where humans first farmed, built cities, and wrote things down. You know, the stuff your history teacher made you memorize. But don't worry, this isn't your average snooze-fest history lesson. This is about understanding how these ancient cultures still influence us today. From the apps on our phones to the coffee we can't live without. Let's dive in before the history books catch us snooping. First up, the OG civilization, Egypt. Picture this, it's 3100 BC. You're chilling by the Nile, inventing geometry. They were pretty darn good at it. Their pyramids have lasted 4,500 years. I can't even keep my IKEA bookshelf together for a week. They weren't just building massive tombs. They invented mathematics, astronomy, and even toothpaste. And paper from papyrus, basically ancient TikTok. Imagine scrolling through hieroglyph memes instead of cat videos. Egypt wasn't just about pyramids and papyrus. They had a complex social structure, fascinating gods and pharaohs, the rock stars of their time. These rulers were considered living gods. And let's not forget the Nile River. It was the lifeblood of Egyptian civilization, providing fertile land and transportation. They were masters of irrigation, creating a thriving agricultural society. But even the mighty Egyptian civilization had its ups and downs. They faced invasions, internal power struggles, and tomb raiding. Next up, we're heading east to China, home of dynasties, dragons, and a civilization that's been around for 4,000 years. We're talking about a culture that invented everything from gunpowder to the compass, from printing to noodles. I mean, talk about a resume. China's story is a tapestry woven from countless dynasties, from the Han Dynasty's Silk Road to the Tang Dynasty's golden age of art and literature. China's past is a testament to human ingenuity. They gave us fireworks, silk, and paper money, and the Great Wall, a testament to Chinese engineering. But China's contributions go far beyond inventions. They developed a unique system of writing, philosophy, and art. Fast forward to now, and they're leading in tech and innovation. Oh, and dumplings. Let's not forget dumplings. Next stop, India. This is a subcontinent that's been a melting pot of cultures and religions for millennia. And let me tell you, they've given us some pretty amazing things. First off, let's talk about zero. I mean, think about it. The concept of nothing being something. That's some serious brainpower right there. They also invented yoga, which means they've been doing stretches longer than anyone else. But India's contributions go far beyond math and mindfulness. They were pioneers in astronomy, medicine, and literature. We're talking about ancient texts like the Vedas, filled with hymns, prayers, and philosophical insights that still resonate today. And let's not forget the Taj Mahal, a monument to love that's so beautiful it could make a heart made of stone shed a tear. Chapter 4, Mesopotamia, the Cradle of Civilization. Welcome to Mesopotamia, also known as modern Iraq, and often referred to as the OG of civilization. We're talking about the land between two rivers, the Tigris and Euphrates, where humans first decided to ditch the whole hunter-gatherer thing and settle down. These guys invented writing, so if you hate doing paperwork, blame them. They also came up with laws, which means ancient Mesopotamians were basically the first hall monitors. But hey, don't hold that against them. They also gave us epic tales like the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is basically the ancient Mesopotamian version of Game of Thrones, but with less incest and more giant scorpion monsters. We're talking about the invention of the wheel, the concept of timekeeping, and the development of complex systems of irrigation that allowed them to thrive in a challenging environment. They were pioneers in astronomy, mathematics, and law, laying the groundwork for the civilizations that would follow. But like all good stories, Mesopotamia's history is full of twists and turns. Chapter 5, Greece, Philosophers, Plates, and Parties. Ah, Greece, the land of democracy, philosophy, and breaking plates? Yep, they party hard. But they also gave us Socrates and Plato, who invented thinking. Like, seriously, before them, what did people do all day? We're talking about the birthplace of democracy, where citizens gathered to debate, argue, and shape the course of their own governance. It wasn't always perfect, mind you, but hey, democracy is a work in progress, right? But Greece wasn't just about politics and deep thoughts. They were also masters of art, architecture, and storytelling. We're talking about the Parthenon, a temple so iconic it's practically a celebrity in the world of ancient architecture. And let's not forget the Olympics, a sporting event so epic it's still going strong today, although sadly without the chariot races and gladiatorial combat. Nowadays, Greece is still inspiring the world with its islands, food, and Zorba-worthy vibes. Chapter 6. Italy, History's Greatest Hits Album. Let's talk about Italy, or as I like to call it, History's Greatest Hits Album. From the Roman Empire to the Renaissance, this boot-shaped peninsula has been dropping cultural bombshells for centuries. First off, let's address the elephant in the room, or rather the empire in the Mediterranean, Rome. These guys were the original conquerors, building roads, aqueducts, and a legal system that still influences us today. From the Colosseum, where gladiators battled for glory, to the Forum, where senators debated the fate of the known world, Rome was the epicenter of power, culture, and, let's be honest, some pretty wild parties. They gave us aqueducts, art, and pasta. Also, gladiators. I mean, who doesn't love a good sword fight? But Italy's story doesn't end with the fall of Rome. Cue the Renaissance, a period of artistic and intellectual rebirth that gave us Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and a whole lot of really impressive frescoes. Seriously, have you ever tried to paint a ceiling? It's hard enough to paint a straight line on a wall. Chapter 7. Persia, Poetry, Palaces, and Persian Rugs. Persia, now Iran, was all about elegance. We're talking about a civilization that knew how to do things in style, from their stunning architecture to their intricate carpets. These folks wrote poetry that could melt your heart and built palaces that still leave architects speechless. And don't even get me started on Persian rugs. They've been cozying up floors for centuries. We're talking about the Persian Empire, a vast realm that stretched from Egypt to India, ruled by emperors like Cyrus the Great, who was known for his tolerance and wisdom, and Darius the Great, who was known for his impressive beard and even more impressive postal service. But Persia wasn't just about conquest and grandeur. They were also known for their art, literature, and philosophy. We're talking about poets like Rumi and Hafez, whose words continue to inspire and move people centuries later. And let's not forget about Zoroastrianism, one of the world's oldest monotheistic religions, which originated in ancient Persia. Deep in the jungles of Central America, a civilization thrived. No, we're not talking about a lost city of gold, although that would be pretty cool. We're talking about the Maya, and these guys were on another level. The Mayans were basically the Einsteins of ancient times. Their calendars were so accurate they could predict solar eclipses. Meanwhile, I can't even predict what's for lunch. They also built jaw-dropping pyramids in the jungle, proving that you don't need modern technology to create awe-inspiring architecture. We're talking about a civilization that thrived for centuries, building impressive cities, developing a complex writing system, and mastering astronomy to a degree that still boggles the mind. Seriously, these guys didn't just track the stars, they understood them in a way that modern astronomers are still trying to fully comprehend. But the Maya weren't just stargazers and architects. Japan is the master of reinvention. From ancient emperors to modern tech giants, this island nation has a knack for taking the best of the past and transforming it into something new and exciting. From the samurai to sushi, they've given the world things we can't live without. Fun fact, they invented karaoke, so you can thank Japan for your embarrassing Friday nights. We're talking about a culture that reveres tradition but embraces innovation, a place where ancient temples stand in the shadows of towering skyscrapers. From the serene beauty of Mount Fuji to the neon-lit streets of Tokyo, Japan is a land of contrasts, where ancient traditions meet modern sensibilities in a harmonious blend. Now they're leading in robotics and pop culture. Arigato, Japan! Last but not least, we're heading to Africa, to a land that's as old as time itself, Ethiopia. This place is not just old, it's ancient, like Cradle of Humanity ancient. It's also home to coffee, so we all owe Ethiopia a giant thank you for getting us through Monday mornings. We're talking about a country that has been at the crossroads of history for millennia, a place where ancient empires rose and fell, where trade routes flourished, and where unique cultures developed in relative isolation. It's a land of stunning natural beauty, from the rugged peaks of the Simeon Mountains to the lush valleys of the Omo River. But Ethiopia's story is about more than just its ancient past or its stunning landscapes. It's a story of resilience, of a people who have faced their share of challenges, from drought and famine to political instability. So there you have it, 10 countries that shape the world and still keep us inspired. History isn't just about old stuff, it's about the incredible people and ideas that got us here. Which of these countries would you teleport to if you had the chance? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fun history and curiosity dives. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and remember, we're all part of this amazing human story.